Okay, so today is Wednesday, January 6th, 2021. This is the end of the day review for the Options Moneymaker live trading room. In the live trading room here, we promote the new cycle trading and analytics adaptive entry system trading signals. This is what you see on the chart in front of you. Now, these adaptive entry system signals can be used on most any chart. You can trade it on S&P 500, the NASDAQ 100, the Russell 2000. You can trade it on stocks. You can trade it on options, ETFs, etc. What we do here in the live trading room is we promote the NASDAQ 100 futures on a 5-minute chart. It's a very easy way for us to show how the signals work, how to make decisions around getting into and out of each of these trades. And then you as an individual trader can decide to go trade something else if you choose to, and use that same knowledge and apply it to some other index, some other futures, apply it to stock options, apply it to a different time frame. Some people like to trade 3-minute charts. Some people prefer to trade 30-minute charts. Whatever you choose to do, we're focused on the 5-minute NASDAQ 100 futures. So these are the signals. This is the way it presents to you. And what we do then at the end of every day is we take our performance for that particular day and we track it on a detailed tracking spreadsheet. So we can see on a daily basis, today is January 6th, we can see on a daily basis what the detail of each trade is, what time the trade came on, whether it was a short or long position that we're trading on a 5-minute chart, what the signal was. This M is a momentum signal. This is a C for consensus signal. There's a fractal trade there. All these different strategies that we trade, which are mostly the adaptive entry system signals plus fractals. And then we show what the profit and loss is in terms of points. Each point on the NASDAQ 100 futures is equal to $20 per contract, $20 for each point. So 5 points of profit is $100 of profit per contract. We track the drawdown, which means how much the position moved against us, the price moved against us before we ended up closing out of the trade. We have winning trades. You can see a whole series of winning trades here. We have losing trades. We use a maximum loss, stop loss of 20 points. So that'd be a $400 loss. So we'll have winning and losing trades throughout every day. And at the end of the day, then we take a look at our daily summary to see what our performance was for that particular day. And we break it out for the purposes of evaluating how to do a full financial forecast for 12 years. We break it out into 2 categories. We're looking at all trades between 9:30 and noon, where we took all of the adaptive entry system signals. That's 4 signals within the adaptive entry system. And then we're also tracking 7 a.m. Eastern to 4 p.m. Eastern, where we're taking only the trend bias trades and the trend continuation signals. So if I go back to the chart here, the T's are the trend bias trades, and the T pluses that you see here on the chart are the continuation trades. There are some folks who will only take those signals. They don't take the momentum signals, and they don't take the consensus signals. So we track those 2 categories, and then what we do is we translate them into a personal trading plan. So a personal trading plan is a tool that we designed here at Options Moneymaker to help traders understand how did I do today? How does that compare to how I've been trading? And how does that compare to, or how will that project forward if in fact I continue to trade the same way I've been trading? So there's what we call a run rate. That is your averages to date. And then there is a forecast, and it's taking the averages to date and forecasting those values forward. And if you were able to continue to operate at those averages, both a blended average, both winning days and losing days, it will project for you approximately what your income could be over a 12-month period. So we have 3 days that we are summarizing today. We've got Monday, Tuesday, and today, Wednesday. So in our 9:30 to noon category, we did 15 points of profit on Monday. So 15 points of profit at $20 a point is $300. And we are trading 3 contracts. I'll explain more about that here when I get to the personal trading plan. And we did 9 trades. 9 trades at 3 contracts is 27 contracts. 15 points yesterday, 6 points today. And then in the 7 to 4 category, 26.75 points on 13 trades, and then yesterday 30.5 points on 18 trades. And then today we actually lost 10.25 points in our 7 to 4 category. So today we have 6 and 10 trades, and then we have minus 10.25 and 15 trades. So I want to jump over to the personal trading plan. I've already plugged in Monday and Tuesday. So this is the 9:30 to noon category. So we did $900 of profit on Monday, $900 of profit on Tuesday. We did 9 trades, so there were 3 contracts per trade, so it's a total 27 contracts. And then today we did 6 points, so 6 points of profit at $20 a point is $120. 6 times 20 is $120, and then 3 contracts is a total profit of $360. And we did 10 trades today in the 9:30 to noon category, and 10 trades at 3 contracts per trade is 30 contracts. So I'm going to jump to our other category. One other thing here, I'm going to lock in 3 contracts here. Explain that more in just a minute. Jump into our other category here, which is the trend bias and trend continuation signals. I've already got Monday and Tuesday recorded, $1,605 of profit, 39 contracts total. That would be 13 trades. And then $1,830 of profit yesterday, 54 contracts in total. And then today we lost 10.25 points, and at $20 a point times 3 contracts, that's a $615 loss. And then we did 15 trades for 45 contracts. All right, so save that real quick, and I'm going to update our contract override to 3. All right, so now what do we do with this information? We're going to go to the upper left-hand corner here, and we're going to take a look at these 4 numbers right here. So this first number, 26.6 weeks, we have 26.6 weeks under our belt, 26.5 weeks under our belt. We have been logging the daily performance from the live trading room now for just over 6 months. During that 6-month period, that 26.5 weeks, we have 41 losing days. We've lost 41 times, 41 days. The rest of the days are all winning days. During that period of time, all of the winning days have averaged 22.18 points a day, 22.18 points. The losing days have averaged 38.89 points per day. And these averages take into account the frequency rate of wins and losses compared to the time that we've been trading, so all of our history. And so this tells us what our run rate is. This tells us that if we have a positive run rate now, and we were to continue to have a positive run rate going forward, that we would make money over the course of 12 months. So what we do with these numbers is we put them into, we enter them into these 2 fields. These are our averages to date, and these are the numbers that we want to use to forecast going forward. So 22.18 is the average that I want to forecast my winning days going forward, and minus 38.89 is what I want to forecast my losing days going forward. So now what we've done is we've married up the future forecast for the next 6 months to what the first 6 months have actually driven for us in terms of profit averages. We are trading 3 contracts, and I'm going to come back to why 3, why not more, We'll come back to that in just a moment. Basically, if we are going to continue at the same run rate that we've established in the first 6 months, our income over a 12-month period is projected to be $148,713. $148,713. We started 6 months ago with $5,000 in this account. So there was a question a few minutes ago about um, the cost of participating in our live trading room and the cost of a subscription to the adaptive entry system signals, and how likely is it that I can recover that cost on a monthly basis. I think that this shows that it is highly likely. I can't guarantee your performance whatsoever, but I can tell you that on a daily basis, we post performance in our personal trading plan, and this is what the result is showing. You can follow right along with us in the live trading room. I mean, there's no way to say this was our performance, but we didn't actually do that in the live trading room because we have a team of people. It's Aaron and Michael and myself that are calling out trades, calling out signals. People follow right along with us in the live trading room, and they're able to see exactly what is happening. Now, let me come back to contracts here just for a minute. The number of contracts is actually a factor that is scaled by the personal trading plan. If I go all the way back to July when we started, 6 months ago, we started with one contract. And then the personal trading plan graduated us up to two contracts, and then it graduated us up to three contracts. And at this point, we have now stalled. We have frozen it at three contracts. We made a conscious decision to freeze it at three. All right, so how did it scale up? On what criteria did it scale us up to three contracts? Well, we started with $5,000 in the account, and we have a factor over here of 10%. And what that means is each contract that we trade requires a certain amount of margin by our broker. We have to have a certain amount of money in the account for every contract in order to be able to take the trade. With the broker that we trade at, Infinity Futures, we need $500 of margin per contract. So if I'm going to trade three contracts, I need $1,500. We use a factor of 10%, which means that I have to have $15,000 available in the account in order to trade $1,500 of margin. We want the margin requirement for our contracts to be no more than 10% of the balance of the account. So that's limiter number one. That's a risk limitation factor, and you can make that number whatever you want. You can make it 5%, you can make it 20%, whatever you choose. We think 10% is a variable that is very risk mitigated. The second is you can just arbitrarily decide to limit it to whatever you choose. So the first 10% is the first limiter, and then once we scaled up to three, we decided to just freeze it at three contracts. But you can see here that we've grown the account up to now 72,000. So 10% of 72,000 is 7,200. We could trade up to $7,200 of margin requirement if we chose to. The reason I also entered in three in the contract override field is because if I decide at some point going forward that I want to change the number of contracts, maybe increase or decrease, it will not change what we've already done if I put the contract value in the override field. You can see here going forward, I don't have anything in the contract override field. But let's just say today I decided I feel like I'm doing really well. I want to change this going forward to five contracts. You'll see immediately in the personal trading plan it's going to change to five contracts, and the forecast now jumps to 200,000 for the course of 12 months, having started with $5,000. Let's say you decided you wanted to be even more conservative and you lower it to two contracts. Well, you can do that going forward, and it'll only scale to two contracts, and then you can you would end up with an income of just under $123,000. We like three, we're going to leave it at three. So let's jump to our other category, which is the 7 to 4 trend bias and trend continuation signals. We've already put in our performance for the day. We had a losing day. We're going to have winning days, we're going to have losing days. You can scroll back through here and you can see that we record every one of our winning days and we record every one of our losing days. Some of our losing days are bigger than we would have liked, but some of our winning days are much bigger than we thought that they might be. So bottom line is you just take the signals as they come and you record your performance, and then you take a look at what the forecast is for your personal trading plan. So the personal trading plan here says that we have 37 losing days out of 26 and a half weeks, and our average winning day is 29.77. So it's decreased slightly from the last update that we did. And here we have a losing day average of minus 31.68 points. So it's a slightly better average, just very slightly better than what we had before. So I'm going to translate those values into the forecast field, 29.77 and 31.68 minus 31.68. And so our 3-contract max limiter has us showing a possibility of a $265,791 income over the course of a 12-month period, having started with $5,000. We limit our margin requirement risk to 10% of the balance of the account, and then we can insert our own limitation. Every time I enter the actual performance for the day, then I put in the number of contracts that we traded that day, and I put that into the contract override field. I can decide I want to add contracts. I start to feel comfortable after trading for 6 months. I can decide that I want to add contracts going forward. I could increase that to 5. I can make this whatever I want. And whatever you make it, I mean, let's just say you decided, let's just say you decided that you want to make it 10 contracts. I don't suggest that, but I'm just saying it's the personal trading, excuse me, the personal trading plan is going to then forecast for you exactly what the projected income could be. And I'm saying could be, not will be, because we don't know for sure exactly what the income is going to be. These run rates, these variables, have the high probability of changing from day to day. The further we get into this plan, the less likely it is that it's going to change dramatically from day to day. You saw there were just a small variable changes in both of these numbers. And so the longer you are using your personal trading plan, the more integrity your plan will have in terms of a forecast. I want to forecast 10 contracts, potentially $500,000 income. I'm leaving it at 3 contracts because I think $265,000 of projected possible income, no guarantees whatsoever, based on having started with $5,000 is very reasonable. So that's how we put this into the personal trading plan. That's how we use our personal trading plan as a guide. You hear Michael and Aaron say, you know, check your personal trading plan, and depending on how you're doing, you may want to stop trading for the day. I know earlier today we had a gentleman who was saying that he was up 30 points for the day, and he ended up losing 20 points for the day. He's not using the personal trading plan yet, but if he was using the personal trading plan and taking all signals, being up 30 points, he actually was well ahead of a pace that is potentially going to earn him, you know, just under $149,000 a year. So that's why we designed the personal trading plan. We think it is an essential part of a trader's tool set, not just the trading signals, not just trading and having your trading account, but also having something that tells you when is enough enough. The averages we track, you know, we track every single day, and we're able to calculate what the averages are in any particular category, any combination of categories. That trend bias and trend continuation signals from 7 to 4, looking back 141 trading days, is $511 a day per contract. That's the average that we've seen. There are never any guarantees going forward, but that's the average that we've seen so far. That 9:30 to noon category, taking all of the signals, excluding fractals, for 141 trading days is averaging about $312 a day per contract. So if you're trading 3 contracts, you might be making just under $1,000 a day if you decide to do that. All of this requires a little bit of experience. All of this requires some patience. It requires that you go through a little bit of training. We are happy to provide that for you. It requires that you, I believe, get some support from us. We want to help you and guide you, and the best place to do that is in the live trading room, because we are live trading every day and calling out every signal between 8:45 a.m. Eastern and when we stop trading, which is generally sometime between 3 and 4 o'clock Eastern in the afternoon. I also believe very firmly that the most valuable tool you can have in your tool set is the adaptive entry system signals. All of this is going to cost a little bit of money on a monthly basis, but the opportunity is that you really are putting yourself into your own personal trading business. You've got some expenses as a business owner, and then you've got a lot of tremendous amount of upside potential in terms of profit opportunity if you follow the signals, if you use the support that we provide, and if you use the personal trading plan to just kind of guide you through the entire process. Trading doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be something that you struggle with. There are going to be highs and lows. There are going to be things that you get frustrated with. Talk to us about that in the live trading room. Let us help you with that. We have years and years and years of experience trading, and we understand the adaptive entry system signals intimately. And there's probably nobody better than Aaron at calling out the signals and helping you understand what's coming and what action to take. Michael and Aaron and I will do everything we possibly can to help you with this, but this combination of the adaptive entry system signals, the live trading room, the personal trading plan, and then invest just a small amount of money in the futures education program if you want to trade futures is all you need really to put yourself in business as a personal trading business owner. You can use these same signals on options. We take a look, I frequently take a look at like the S&P 500. Here's the S&P 500 index. Here's all the same signals. You can follow those, and you can trade options on the cash index. Trade options on the Russell 2000. You can follow all the same signal cues, just like you can on futures. I'm taking a look here at a 10-minute chart. You could look at a 30-minute chart. There is so much flexibility and adaptability of this system to pretty much anything that you want to trade. If you want to trade stocks, you can trade. We have a short watch list of stocks. I mean, here's a couple of great trades right here. You just take a look at these 3 trades back to back. This is on Amazon. Here is a trend bias signal to go short right here, and you can see that we move shorter. Here's a trend bias signal. Now, the signal itself isn't printing, but I know it's a trend bias because it's the second blue bar in a new sequence. Here's a trend bias signal to go long. You can see how nice that move was to the upside. Here's a break. You got a neutral zone here. Here's a trend bias signal to go short on Amazon. Look at that fall off right there. Here's a break right here. Here's a trend bias signal to go long. Smaller movement than we had before, but here's another trend bias signal to go short. Nice movement to the downside. That's just a 30-minute chart on Amazon and trading options on Amazon. We look at Booking, we look at Google, we look at Netflix, we look at Shopify, we look at Tesla, and it applies to any of these stocks, and then it applies to the NASDAQ 100 futures, like I mentioned, and we can also trade on the Russell 2000 futures, the same signals, and we can trade on the S&P 500 futures. You need a place to start. Don't try to drink from a fire hose and do all of this at one time. Start with the NASDAQ 100 futures on a 5-minute chart, get really good at it, build your personal trading plan, and see what your projected income is. And if that is something that you're satisfied with, keep doing what you're doing, and then you can always add more components to it later when you've really gotten to a point of conscious competence. You really understand what you're doing, why the results are what they are, and you're feeling confident in running your business. Thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate you being part of our community. Just let us know if there's anything that we can help you with.